This is your boy Money Mark coming at you guys in another edition of the Drop Alert Podcast. Yeah, live and direct in effect. Your boy Money Mark coming at you guys once again, and I'm super happy to be here with you guys. So, this week, we're not going to sit here, we're not going to talk about drops this week. This week, we are actually going to talk about some hot sneaker news that is going on in the industry today. So, dig. All right, so, unless you're under a rock, I'm pretty sure you have seen the articles that have been circulating all over the web in regards to Nike, StockX. Apparently, we got some rap beef, y'all. We got some rap beef. It looks like, and if you've been copping shoes in the last year or so, this is probably not a surprise to you because you've heard the rumors. Just recently, I had to talk one of my homeboys off the ledge because he thought he may have got cut. Apparently, there is an authentication problem at StockX. Now, apparently, Nike has purchased a finite amount of sneakers from StockX, and they've uncovered that some of the sneakers have been fraudulent, replica, unauthorized. You tell me another one. And apparently Nike don't like that. Now, there's one entity I know that is very, very, very protective of their IP. It's just do it. They do not like it when you do it wrong. I'm just saying, they don't feel it. So that's what we're dealing with. Apparently Nike is suing StockX in regards to the issue of what's going on. And a lot of people are giving their opinions on this. A lot of the opinions I'm seeing seem to be directly solely at StockX. I get it. I mean, and it's the easiest one to make a meme about, so on and so forth. But I'm gonna tell you, I have a little bit of a different opinion on that one. Right there. I blame Nike. That's right, I blame Nike. This is the reason why I blame Nike. It is not Nike's responsibility necessarily to deal with a reseller company. I mean, if you're reselling something, that's, I guess, your business, right? I mean, if people are using your platform, you're getting percentages off that. That's just a market choosing to use that vehicle to get your sneakers, right? That's not a Nike, but wrong. See, one thing I'll say about StockX is this. StockX, if you're not familiar, StockX is, in my opinion, what was the crescendo, what really launched hype culture, or kicked it to another stratosphere. Like, hype drops were happening and people were picking up hype materials, but there wasn't a universal vehicle where you could go and buy everything, every single thing that you would deem hype. Until StockX arrived. So a lot of people would attribute hype culture to StockX, but I feel that a lot of hype culture is attributed to Nike and Nike's practices. Essentially, if we look at it, Nike at least once a month is putting out a grailed pair of sneakers. At least once a month you're gonna get, you know what I'm saying? At the very least, one every other month, a pair of sneakers that are gonna be resold for at least double or triple the value. And this is what's happening. Now, Nike doesn't get any direct benefit from that. No, they don't get the resellers are making the money off that essentially itself. But the demand and the feeding frenzy for the goods is super beneficial to Nike's bottom line, super beneficial to Nike's portfolio, and that's why Nike is doing what it is doing. Now, if you watch any one of my other series before, you would have known. If you watch any of the Don't Get Scammed series, I should say, that I did, the link will be there, where I talked about a lot of this, you would know, as well as I know, that the counterfeit market is a $1 million to $1 billion market. I'm not 100% sure if it's at the billion, but I know I am confident that the counterfeit market, the major counterfeit market and infrastructure behind that is at least $1 million industry. And with that, The counterfeiters have solely focused, of course, on handbags. We talked about that. Well, the same individuals, that same infrastructure, taking that infrastructure to sneakers. Why? Because you got companies dropping, you got multiple companies bidding for control, and you got companies dropping items that are worth in 2 to 3 are all, as soon as they drop, are all, I should say, now commodities, high value commodities. And you're getting high value commodities, 2 or 3 or 4 high value commodities dropping every other month. Why would we not get into that industry? Louis Vuitton is not spitting out purses every other month. It's not what's happening. But guess what's happening? Nike is. Nike's perpetually doing that and perpetually re-releasing, perpetually gaining the benefit. Why wouldn't a $1 million industry not want to step into that? The overall problem that's happening here is not that StockX's authenticators are really trash. I don't think. It's just getting really hard to tell what's replica and what's authentic. If you look at any of the videos, and there's countless of videos online, you're gonna see a lot of individuals telling you exactly how to scope out a fake pair of shoes. And if you look at all of the authentication methods, you start realizing it gets a little ridiculous. You have to push stuff, tug stuff, smell stuff, shine stuff. Why? Because they're passing the eye test. You can no longer trust your eyes anymore. And that's the market that we're in. I've been saying it for a while now. Replicas are going to turn into the new basic retail. And authentic is going to be the new grailed. And then the grailed is probably going to be a new, some sort of god tier. I don't know what we're going to call it. But that's what's happening right now. And that's what's happening in sneaker culture. As an avid sneakerist, as you can see, I don't have any answers for you guys, but I think it's very interesting that Nike's pretending and pushing the blame on StockX when Nike's the one that's profiting. And we've also seen all of the other articles and all of the instances and nuances where we saw, I forgot who that lady was, and her son was a reseller and she was using her card and she worked at Nike. There's been multiple things that have linked Nike to the resale market, but yet they never want to take responsibility for it. I don't know. I kind of feel like I said, yes, it's unfortunate that's happening on StockX because that is their guarantee. But maybe you shift the guarantee because it's going to be very hard in the next couple of days or in the coming future to be able to tell. I've seen some of these high-end replicas and it's scary. Anyways, guys, let me know. Tell me what you think. Tell me who you want to blame. Do you blame Nike? Do you blame StockX? Let me know. Let me know in the comment box. This is your boy Money Market signing off from another edition of the TDA, the Drop Alert Podcast. Peace, y'all.